Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
This is the car enthusiast's favorite place to go for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time car talk show. Coming to you today from the studios of Gulf Coast Auto Shield, Houston, Texas, USA. Careen Piz is the studio's Gulf Coast Auto Shield finishing expert, and she shares her diagnosis of the 01 Corvette. We're going to talk about products and what you can do. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World. Mars is already taking his place behind me. Now he's over there. Doesn't make any difference. We always need more Jeff Zekin. He's abandoned me too. And our chief engineer, David Ainsley. He too has abandoned me. Are we even on the air? I don't even know. Howdy, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today. Are we on this microphone now? No, we're not on that microphone yet. We got lots of stuff going on here that is preventing me doing the things that I need to do. Now I'm on? Okay. So we're going to switch over to this microphone and come back here.
Oh, you're coming back to see me?
I am. I'm coming back
so
to see you. I know. Well, I am too. Yeah, so terribly.
I did.
So let's talk about the Corvette.
Okay.
And we'll kind of go over what we've already done. Obviously, the car is not as nice as it once was because it's got a lot of dirt in the paint.
It does. It needs some love.
It does need some love. So there's the before. There's the after. And ooh, baby, but smooth.
She's
and
a little
over
dusty.
here, we've done some magic with a buffer.
That we did. I mean, I do magic on a daily basis.
Aren't you glad that you don't have me in here trying to buff anything?
I'm very glad about that.
Yeah.
I would love it if you'd come in and commentate all day long.
Well,
though,
actually,
that would be
here's what
hilarious.
I was thinking. I was thinking that I could probably get that 1970 Chevy Biscayne, white in color, with the nice ridge down the hood, and I can show you how to go right through the paint, right down
how to get a nice gray racing stripe.
Actually, it was black. For whatever reason, they used black primer on that particular.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, and so off to the paint shop it went for a new paint on the hood.
Correct.
Anyway,
so what I want to show you over here though is so we've got
Come on
our
over here, Mr.
three
Mars.
different. We've got our three different coatings that we tend to use the most of. Ceramic Ultra, now this is our lowest coating. This one is, I believe, now don't quote me on all of this, because my brain is shot, you know what I mean? I've been doing this too long. But I want to say, if I remember correctly, it's a 3-year, 5-year, and a 7-year coating. So the warranty.
Ooh, look at the pretty bottles. It's a 7-year.
This one is a whole science experiment, and I actually have to sit there with a scale. I measure them out. They have to be equal parts of 1 and 2 as well. So this one's a lot of fun. But this is the one I was telling you about that is a $2,500 coating.
Is this the one that you're going to put on my Corvette?
Sure. Do I get that 25 as a tip?
Yeah.
Righteous.
That's it.
That's my man right there.
That's it. Yeah.
He's just going to pay me directly.
Mars has the paychecks, and he handles all of the finances here at the In Wheel Time Show.
So you're just going to sign his paychecks over to Careen now?
For the next 5 years.
You're my favorite.
The payment plan. I like it.
That works for me.
All right.
So those are the coatings that we do tend to use the absolute most of.
I will tell you that the Fine Lab rinseless car wash, it works great. I do too. Now I don't have a big bottle like that. I have the small individual bottle that you mix down into, at least all I did, is I mixed it into a bucket of water while I was on the road, and it worked great.
The bottle you have is probably about the same size as this one.
I don't remember.
This is also their interior cleaner, but you can get a pre-mixed rinseless.
Did you notice that I changed the
like
seats in the Corvette?
I did, and I remember when you brought it in and got new wheels, and did we coach your wheels?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I was like, did we? I couldn't remember.
Yeah. So just to let you know that I put a new set of wheels on it because the other old set of wheels were leaking.
I remember. That's right. You told me about that.
And they were leaking because inside, the bead inside where the tire touches the bead, it was all deteriorated, and so it couldn't seal.
Well, those were the original wheels.
No,
right?
they weren't the original.
No?
They were aftermarket Chinese wheels.
Oh, well, that's
but
why.
the problem was that when they mounted the tires back in the day, they don't do it anymore. They used soapy water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the water would get caught between the tire and the bead on the wheel,
And it would rust it?
and it ate it away.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't get a good contact to actually
and so it
seal
leaked. I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. I've changed the valve stems. I've done everything I know how to do. And the
they're
guy
still
says
leaking.
that it's never going to seal because it's all eaten away inside. So I had to buy a new set of wheels.
Well-
But those are C6 Z06 wheels.
I like those ones.
I do
better,
too,
personally.
actually. Yeah,
I really do.
I do too. They're what they call a smoky chrome. I wanted the darker chrome.
Ah,
that.
chrome.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so I got those on there, and I really like those. They set the car off nicely. I'm not a big black wheel guy.
You know, these days there's too many people that go black on black on black on
Yeah.
black on black, and it's the whole car.
I
It's,
need a little something to pop
Yeah.
there. And Serene was nice enough, if you can see this, to see the little Corvette emblem in there. She glued that in there for me.
I did. I made sure that it was going to
she
stay.
coated them so we don't have the brake dust ugliness.
Correct.
There's some, but not bad at all.
Yes, Fine Labs wheel and caliper coating actually prevents the hot brake dust from adhering to the inside.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like, oh, they're going to be gleamingly clean all the time, but they're a lot easier to keep
Exactly.
clean.
Yeah.
You know, because you remember the old Beamers, old Vettes, all that, and you'd find right in the corner of the spokes, and it'd just be eaten away from all that hot brake dust.
The other thing too, I wanted to point out while I'm here, Mr. Mars, is I want you to talk about this stuff. Is my new Corbeau seats from Pro-Am Auto Accessories. There they are. And they look so good in there. I did not get the plastic pleather or whatever you want to call them
Shoot.
because I want the comfort of a cloth interior, and I like those.
And I like the bolsters on them. It's really, it kind of hugs you in,
Yeah.
you know, which is
Yeah.
really, really quite nice.
Yeah. So now, the one thing that you mentioned to me earlier, oh, Don, we've got some stuff for this rubber here.
We do. I kind of spaced that. I'm glad you said that to me. So Fine Lab actually makes a black plastic coating. So it's meant specifically for your older vehicles to bring your black back.
Careful how you say older. I don't like that.
Older.
Yeah,
I'm
older.
older than this thing, so it's just older.
Okay.
It's not old.
So what does it do? Does it take away this ugliness that's on there?
So what it's going to do is obviously when we prep the surface to begin with, we're going to actually scrub this stuff. We're going to try to actually remove as much of this debris and contaminants, you know, that we can before we put the coating on.
Okay.
But the coating itself is actually going to bring it back to almost an original black.
Beautiful.
We all know how Jeep plastics do. I own a Jeep Wrangler. And almost a year ago, I did front bumper, back bumper, and all four fenders. And I have yet to have them dye back. This stuff, I don't know if you remember back in the day, there used to be this stuff called TC Black. And so it was a black plastic dye. This stuff was disgusting. It would go on thick, and then you could see weird pad streaks, and it was the grossest stuff to even try to apply. So, but this new stuff, I'll tell you what, every single car I put it on literally just pops because it brings that plastic back to an original new, not a high gloss, like, oh, I covered it in Armorall.
Armorall.
Harmerall.
That's the worst stuff ever. It was great when it first came out because there was nothing like it.
Exactly, but that was back in the day of the paste turtle wax, too.
Back in my days, what you say, that's what you wanted
That
to
is
say.
exactly
wasn't
what
it?
I was going to say.
So here's my plan.
Yes.
I got to have that harmonic balancer replaced, and I'm taking it up to the northwest side. So when I get that done and get all that mess fixed up in the engine compartment,
Yeah.
then I'm going to bring it to you because I have to have it ready for the hot rod tour.
Okay, good.
That's my goal, and that's going to be April.
Please do bring it to me because I've got some new stuff that I kind of want to try out. And
Absolutely.
of course, you know, I'm always going to try stuff on your car.
Well, you put it so perfectly the last time I was in here. You know, this is my baby. I love this car.
You know,
And
Dawn is going to will this car to me, right? Because no one else is ever going to take care of it the way I will.
Well, not only that, but how many people know how to drive a 6-speed manual transmission anymore?
Nobody.
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who could drive that thing in. It's 4-speed.
By the
No
way-
one could find reverse but me.
By the way, let's go over here and look at that while we have the opportunity and we're here.
please?
Mr.
Can we
Mars, you're
please?
going to have to turn around. Is this a 65? What
This
year?
is a
It's
1965 Corvette.
So this is a 65, what they call a roadster. And the one thing that I noticed right off the bat, it's got a hard top also.
It does. And it actually, the soft top is still in the back. It is actually in very good condition, except for that vinyl window kind of turns, the yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
But other than that, it's in great condition. This thing, when it came to us,
Wait a minute, this is not a stock motor, though.
No, this is an LS.
Yes, this is an LS motor.
But it does still have the 4-speed transmission.
Yeah, I saw
Trust
that.
me, I got underneath it. I had to look on the underside, and this thing is spotless on the underside. But when this thing showed up to us, there was so much staining. There was green stuff growing on the outside. People had taped things down. So this was a complete and total garage barn find. So this thing,
Well, it looks brand new.
it really does. I found bird seed on the interior.
Bird seed.
Bird seed. And no, it wasn't from my mouth. Sitting in there,
You're sure it was bird seed, not some other kind of seeds?
No, I'm pretty sure it was bird.
Okay.
Colorado.
All right, just
No.
checking. Okay. Just making sure.
But this thing, this thing just turned out better than I anticipated. When I can actually
This
impress
is the way my
myself.
car's going to feel after you get done with it, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Even the chrome looks good. Did you mess with the chrome?
I did. I actually polished out the chrome as well.
Yeah.
It's going to buff off the black
Well,
and
it's
make
beautiful.
it white.
And this whole
like that
interior was so dirty, so dusty. I am so impressed with how it actually came back.
It
came back to life.
this particular model, except it was the hardtop. This particular model of Corvette that got me enamored by Corvettes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just a boy. And it was at McRobert Chevrolet over on Post Oak. You wouldn't know about that. But it was sitting in the showroom, and it was all locked, and I had to peep through the passenger side window to look inside. A couple of things stand out. One is the way they open it here on the inside with the knob there, and the radio is turned sideways. But all of the lettering is straight up and down.
Straight up and down, yes.
And it's got the AM and the FM switch on it as well. It just some stupid stuff like that I remember very well about this car. But I actually did a kind of a partnership with the guy that worked in the automotive department over at Richardson Chevrolet, and he had bought one, and it was really raggedy. And so we cleaned it all up. I cleaned up underneath the hood and made myself a little money off of it because he
Heck
flipped
yeah.
the car,
Might as well if you can.
so
You
it's
know
good.
what? I fell in love with Corvettes about the time I was in 3rd grade and started listening to the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys is literally what made me fall in love with old school cars like these. And you want to know something funny? Even though I am younger, I have seen the Beach Boys live in concert. I saw them when I was in the 3rd grade. And I still loved it. I don't care.
Thank you, Serene.
Hey, you know what? Thank you guys.
We appreciate you and
No
love you very
problem.
much.
I will be around for a while if anybody's got questions on anything.
All right, appreciate you. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to be right back. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the In-Wheel Time app, and you can download to your mobile device today if you haven't already. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider, including SiriusXM. And you can also find us on our new broadcast partner, Odyssey Radio. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Out and about in the Houston area, we hope you'll support our sponsors, Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex, Pro-Am Auto Accessories, and Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Be sure and check them out and tell them In Wheel Time sent you. All right, we've got a actual drawing that we're going to do. It's a little raffle that we're giving away. And I'm sorry, what is your name?
My name's Amelia.
Amelia.
Yes.
It's nice to see you. And
Same here.
So tell me about the raffle. What are we raffling off?
So the raffle is for whoever wins it, we're drawing it today, is for ceramic coating or a choice of partial front PPF.
Okay. Well, very good. So who's going to do the drawing?
I guess I am.
There you
John
go.
sent me here. So
Okay, well, that's good. So
Let's
let's do
see.
it.
Do they have to be present to win?
No.
Oh.
No, we have the information on the tickets.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I got Harris Watts.
Harris Watts.
Yes.
Is Harris Watts here? No, he's not here. But doesn't have to be present to win.
Correct.
I guess I just won it.
No, you no, there's no substitutes.
I
okay.
get all-
So is there another one as well?
No, it's just for one.
Just for one.
Yes.
For one.
Harris Watts.
Harris Watts. Paging Harris Watts.
Come in, Harris Watts. All right. Well, very
my.
good. So
Well,
there you go. We've
I'll
done
give him a
good.
call.
Please do.
And let him know.
All right.
There you go.
Call him. Tell him that we did it. It's
Yes.
all on us.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Amelia.
You bet.
Appreciate you. All right. Let's do the racing calendar,
Yep.
Jeffrey.
I
Do
got
we have
a
that?
bunch of stuff. I got to gather it up here. Let's start out with NASCAR. NASCAR, February 2nd, coming up. You got the Clash at Bowman Gray. That's up in
Oh,
Daytona.
the Bowman Gray Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also on February 16th is the Daytona 500. So that's coming up for you NASCAR folks. I've got the full NHRA racing schedule. And March.
When they come into Houston?
Well, that's in 5 years. March 6th through the 9th, NHRA Grand Nationals in Gainesville Raceway. So that's coming up in March. Got the full schedule there. Demolition Derby's coming up March 14th through the 16th. Oh, yeah, Spring Nationals presented by Grundy Insurance for the Demo Derbies.
Where is that?
This is going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale.
And, you know, there's the auction. What's the not the Barrett. What's the other auction going on?
Meekum?
Meekum's going on right now.
Mr. Morris, would you please come over here and do your
Oh, he said he's going to scratch that.
You're not going to do
We're gonna
that?
Scratch it.
Oh, glad we got that out of the
Well,
way.
you were busy, and him and I know. And then you got Soapbox Derby coming up January 18th.
Are you going to be in the Soapbox Derby?
No, not this time.
Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime and in between time, I have a couple of things I want to get in before we close out today's show here at the Car Social, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. You have a pen, by the way?
I do.
Thank you so much. May I borrow that?
Sure.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to scratch this auto history off the list. I assume that you're going to do it next week, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Morris.
You're going to do it
But
twice next week.
I was just going to say, you're going to do this week's and next week's?
No, just next week.
Okay. Because it changes every week.
It does. So that history will be gone.
Oh, so it's a new history
It'll be
next week.
It'll be
Rotate
history
it for
next
another
week.
year.
It'll be
Yeah.
history next week. Thank you very much for that. All right. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the least trusted franchise,
What?
unseating Ford for the undesirable spot, according to the latest dealership sentiment survey from Kerrigan Advisors. 72% of dealers signaled they had no trust in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, owned by troubled automaker Stellantis, according to the 6th annual Kerrigan Dealer Survey. Most trusted brands, based on percentage, who said they had high trust: number 1, Toyota; number 2, Lexus; 3 is Subaru; 4, Honda; 5, Porsche. The least trusted brands, like I said, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Infiniti, of all things.
Oh, wow.
Nissan at number 3, Lincoln at number 4, and Ford at number 5. Well, I thought that was an interesting little tidbit. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm just watching our engineer warm up in the sun.
What are you doing, David?
He's
are you
warming
cold?
up in the sun. I don't blame you. Want to use my other
He's
glove?
he's like a dog.
Like an old dog, yeah.
Hey.
Tougher sourcing rules for battery minerals took effect in the new year, have reduced the number of electrified nameplates eligible for a federal tax credit worth up to $7,500 for vehicle buyers. More plug-in hybrids and electric vehicles have been approved for the tax credit in 2025 than in 2024, up 27. EVs from Cadillac, Chevy, Honda, Acura, Ford, and Tesla continue to be eligible for the full $7,500. Do you care about the other ones? Yeah, just don't go there, because you ain't going to get the $7,500. Some bizarre law.
There are a lot of cars out there?
No, there's a few left, but remember, it ends at noon today.
Right.
I thought that this was a fascinating story. I need to find a clock. Do you have a clock? What does your watch say? It says,
tick-tock,
get a
tick-tock,
watch.
Got 9 more. It says, get a watch. 9 minutes.
I want you to listen to this story.
Okay.
A Wisconsin dealership is suing 2 transport companies for an accident that damaged 4 vehicles it had just purchased at auction. Kanicki Ford in Reedsburg, Wisconsin, about an hour northwest of Madison, bought the vehicles from Mannheim, Detroit, in Carlton, Michigan, and retained a Tennessee company, Wholesale Transportation, to truck them to its stores, according to the federal suit. The vehicles were delivered into the exclusive care, possession, and control of Wholesale Transportation in good order and condition, the complaint said. It identified them as a 2021 Ford Explorer, 21 Chevy Colorado, and a 21 GMC Sierra, and a 21 Ford Bronco Sport. However, the suit filed December 16th claims Wholesale Transport arranged for another company, Eternal Blue Sky Corporation of Indiana, to handle the job unbeknownst to and without the approval of Kanicki. The vehicles were severely damaged in an August 14th accident. The complaint does not identify the location of the accident or describe its circumstances or cause. It also does not say whether the truck carrier carried other vehicles as well. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration website does not show any reported accidents involving Eternal Blue Sky in the past 2 years. Kanicki Ford is seeking compensation for the damage, transportation costs, towing, and storage expenses, along with lost profits and floor plan interest for breach of contract in violation of the Carmack Act that holds interstate carriers liable for loss or damage of cargo. A person answering the phone at Wholesale Transportation said the company had no comment. Eternal Blue Sky representatives did not respond to a voicemail request, and a lawyer for the dealership did not answer questions from Automotive News. Is it a real story?
I don't know.
That's the question. Because in my journalism world, if you cannot substantiate,
verify the source,
then
yeah.
So why would you print?
Did it
that?
really happen? Well, because
we don't know.
A slow news day, and they need something on there.
Well, somebody wanted to sue somebody, so there you go.
Yeah. Prominent Italian automotive design and engineering company is planting a flag in suburban Detroit, where it plans to invest $20 million for its U.S. headquarters. Ital Design will create 24 jobs in its new office in Bloomfield Township. The jobs are in engineering, sales, and marketing, and they're going after Ital Design stuff in the Detroit 3.
Wow.
Yeehaw.
It's going to give it a little flair.
A little oomph.
And God knows that they need some. Although I will say that your Buick looks pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's another court story that I find these interesting because generally you never hear about them. It's all kind of like under the table stuff. Tesla directors, including Chair Robin Denholm and James Murdoch, got court approved on Wednesday for a settlement worth up to $919 million that requires they return compensation to the car maker to resolve allegations they overpaid themselves. Imagine that. The settlement required Tesla board members, including Denholm and Murdoch, to return roughly $277 million in cash, $459 million in stock options, and to forego stock options for 21 through 23 worth $184 million. Settlement was not covered by insurance, according to a court filing by the shareholder who brought the case.
You know, Kathy does payroll. Maybe she can help figure that out for them. Why you got paid twice and more. And
Yeah.
She could
And
do
just
that.
put the comma in the wrong place.
Is that what it is?
Simple mistake. Fat
There you go,
fingered the
decimal
comma in the wrong
points.
place.
I'm sorry, did I do that?
Wow.
Did I do that? I think that was, what was that boy's name?
I mean, when you think
don't know.
about that, how many people it took to actually have that happen? I mean, somebody had to make the decision to do it. Somebody had to send the word down to accounting. Somebody had to do all the paperwork.
And somebody had to cut the checks.
Exactly.
And somebody goes, wait a minute, $919 million?
And nobody thinks anything about it?
Yeah. Oh, well,
How
let's
much
just write
of
a check.
Depends
Tell you
on,
what.
you need to see who all got a cut.
Kathy could figure that out. She
Oh,
would,
my
she'd
God.
bust
Can
them.
you imagine? See, those are the stories that we never hear about.
No.
But the board goes, you're not going to get all that money. We need some of that money.
But how did the board find out about it? Because somebody didn't get their cut.
Whistleblower. That's it. Probably so. All right. Well, it's time now to take another break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, two shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
Well, it's been a fun day here at the In Wheel Time show at Gulf Coast Auto Shield and the Car Social. We didn't think it was going to be a happening thing because of the weather. We ran it right up to Friday evening.
Turned out real nice.
It really did. A little chilly, but it was good. And the
I'm in love.
turnout was really good.
The more I look at this 65 back here, the more I think, can you imagine having that in your yard, in your driveway, in your garage?
Well, yeah, you put it up on blocks if it's your yard, yeah.
No, it would fit right in the neighborhood that way.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's funny, of all the cars that are in here, let me tell you, there's some really expensive iron in here.
Oh, yeah.
That
And
one
even out there, too.
That one draws all the eyes.
There was a red Porsche that came out, and the plate had red 911. It was a pretty car. You know,
Yeah.
It was a very, very pretty car.
Yeah, it most definitely was. It's been a really good trip out here, and you know, our thanks to Serene for filling us in and getting your car paint back up. You know, you just don't really realize it, because I didn't realize how ugly it was until I ran my hand across it, because all I do is wash it and dry it. I don't rub my hand across it. But there was a lot of debris, and still is, in the paint. She's going to fix that, and it's going to be good. But I didn't know all the steps that she goes through to get the car to look like it
But I know
does.
you bring it down, and you leave it for a couple of days. What are they doing? What could take so long? There's a lot of stuff that could take so long.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. There's no doubt about it. I was quite surprised, and gladly I got a chance to look and see how it all runs out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that in mind, that is all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We like car picks too, so send us some of yours with a description and any additional info you want to include, and we'll feature it on a future show. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. Download it today if you haven't already. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. Look for us on the Odyssey radio app too. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we always need more Jazzy Jeff Zekin.
You bet.
For booking agent, video director, and people finder, Mike Out of This World Bars, and chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks to John Gray and Careen Piz and the rest of the experts here at Gulf Coast Auto Show for a great Saturday. We hope you'll join us next week for our next live show, coming to you from our home base in the Sugar Shack Studios, 10 to noon Central Time on all of our In Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Be safe out there and have a great week.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.